Good afternoon. So Mercedes-Benz Stadium was opened in 2017, as most of you know, as a LEED Platinum stadium with sustainability in mind, which literally and figuratively laid the foundation for our sustainability moving forward. When we started this journey, we quickly realized that if we wanted to have meaningful impact in the space of sports and entertainment, we were going to have to integrate the community in some kind of meaningful way. So our senior tours manager, Dawn Brown, along with our green team and leadership, decided to activate an Ag STEM program within our tours department. Throughout 3 or 4 years, we used educators throughout Atlanta to create K through 12 programming so that when school kids came into the building as a school group, they had a pre-existing knowledge of some type of sustainability in our stadium, whether that was composting, energy, or water. So K through 12 programming, and then through that, we're able to put 22,000 school kids a year through Mercedes-Benz Stadium that are giving them educational sustainability tours. Through 5 years of doing that and becoming a zero-waste stadium, that was an integral part of what we wanted to do. And once we started to see that take hold within the Atlanta school system, we realized that we needed to improve that and then go to the next level and look at what the collegiate integration into the stadium was doing. So the Morehouse School of Medicine, which is our neighbor, started their sustainability program within their School of Medicine, and then they were able to integrate into Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And now I'm going to literally and figuratively pass the ball to Dr. Stephanie.
Thank you, Andrew. So I'm honored to share the stage with Andrew, and through our partnership with Mercedes-Benz Stadium, again, it's down the street, our neighbor. We have at Morehouse School of Medicine graduate programs, so graduate students and medical students. And the work that Andrew and his team has been able to do has supported our students and the communities that we serve. But let me tell you why we are all here. We meet in the space of assuring conditions in which people can be healthy. That is the definition of public health. And you are an audience of folks who care about sports, who care about entertainment, who care about sustainable practices. And so you attract people, lots and lots of people across ages and gender and, dare I say, political ideology. You attract folks, you bring them together. And so what happens is you are GSA, through GSA, you are socially and environmentally conscious activator, right? And we represent public health in the academic framework. But what I want to tell you is the plot twist of the day. And I've been here all morning, and all of you have been talking about public health, but nobody said the words. That's actually what you do. And I think that's how we can reframe. So as an example, the Sustainable Development Goals, which are on the blocks on stage and on the screen, are rooted in principles of public health, broadly and specifically environmental public health. They are rooted in the determinants of health that create the conditions in which people can be healthy and the conditions that lead to a healthy planet. And so we are here to not only illustrate the power of partnerships, but to uplift the possibilities which thrive through those partnerships. And so I am going to pass the ball. I don't play ball, I play piano, but I'm going to hand the ball to Carrie, who will share a little bit about how we've harnessed some of those partnerships to ensure that our graduate students are prepared academically and professionally to meet the moment, because we're in this together.
At Morehouse School of Medicine, our commitment to sustainability in public health education began with a simple but essential step: assessing the community. We conducted surveys with our faculty, our students, and our community partners to understand their needs and perspectives. And what we heard was clear. There was a growing demand for sustainability education, especially where it intersects with health equity and community resilience. So that insight led us to our next phase, leveraging partnerships. We turned to those institutions that's already doing this work well: Georgia Tech, University of Georgia, and the University of Florida. Georgia Tech awarded us a research collaboration forum grant, allowing us to deepen our curriculum development efforts. And at the University of Florida, the chair of sustainability and the built environment department personally led a pilot course for our MPH students, preparing them to pursue the WELL AP certification. And that led us to our third step, developing the curriculum. Through these partnerships, we've built a growing suite of sustainability-focused courses. One, the Sustainability 101 introduces students to core concepts, including the 17 sustainability goals. Sustainability for public health practitioners bridges public health and corporate sustainability by providing hands-on experiences with our industry partners. And that hands-on experiences have been partnered with our neighbor, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, where our health practitioners was able to go in and take a deeper dive look at water, air, and some of the impacts on public health. And that led us to our next course that we offer on light, water, air, and thermal comfort, explores the built environments on health. We're especially proud that one of our recent graduates went on to become a WELL AP certified and is now joining us as a speaker, closing the loop between learning and leadership. Together, these efforts are embedding sustainability into the foundation of public health, education, and we're just beginning. Passing the mic to my famous student, Paris Stroud.
Thank you. So just to kind of speak on how I am the product of all these wonderful efforts, upon completing my bachelor's degree in biology, I wanted to find a way to make a difference in a non-clinical capacity. And I was introduced to the world of public health and landed at Morehouse School of Medicine's Master of Public Health program. My time in the program was very enriching as I was developed both academically and professionally. Coming into this experience, I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to contribute in public health efforts, but I knew I had an interest in environmental health and disease prevention as learned through my courses. I understood that public health addressed the need of community members, but never neglected the community itself. And environmental health is an important subset of this study, as it is essential to address and preserve the world around us. It could look like elements to maintain the cleanliness of our neighborhoods or recognizing the health of our animals. Regardless, environmental health is a step beyond the consideration of our peers. It is truly the consideration of that outside ourselves. Understanding this led to my initial interest in environmental epidemiology, but as I progressed through the program, I became curious about other elements of environmental health. To explore this, I took the Sustainability for Public Health Practitioners course, where we were tasked with developing sustainable solutions for a community remodel. To inspire ideas, we took weekly trips to local organizations to learn from their sustainable practices, and this was pivotal for me as it challenged me to consider how I could develop solutions that best fit the needs of the community from various angles. I suggested elements like urban farming, water reclamation, and transportation gamification. I truly enjoyed this thoughtful process of creating public health interventions that were innovative yet not overcomplicated. One trip I was most captivated by was our visit to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, because I never really thought about sports and sustainability prior to that experience. It had always been more about the game, but I learned how sports can positively impact the environment and also the community surrounding it. Noting the strong community focus shifted my aspirations as I began to see myself in the sustainability space. I noticed I could work to prevent diseases and issues on the front end rather than mitigating them down the line. I began to equip myself through the participation in the pilot WELL AP course, where, like mentioned, I successfully earned my WELL AP certification, and I'm now certified to consult on sustainable developments and promote public health in spaces like Mercedes-Benz. I'm excited about this opportunity as it again considers the community and not just the organization. The ways in which the focus on health and well-being can be extended beyond the stadium walls truly excites me. An example of this that really stuck with me was how water is handled by Mercedes-Benz. I enjoyed how the storm water was harvested and slowly released back into the ecosystem to prevent harm to the lower elevated west side Atlanta communities that could be prone to flooding, and how water is captured on the roof and used for irrigation for elements like the urban farming. And of course, there were other efforts at play. I had the opportunity to see the stadium in action when I visited for the Atlanta United game. I saw fans using the color-coded recycling and waste receptacles that were clearly labeled with picture examples of where to throw their discarded items. I saw the roof open to utilize natural lighting to support the LED lighting that provided a full fan experience. And overall, I was able to attend a riveting match while effortlessly acting in the best interest of the environment. Witnessing green sports in action was incredible and really inspired my work in that course. Beyond the classroom, the MSM MPH program was supportive of my journey and guided me through enhancing my skill set. I began working with the Communities Who Know Digital Health Dashboard, which works in partnership with longstanding neighborhood organizations to create an online database to provide data that is accessible on the level understood by the average citizen. And this is important as it allows residents to build their own narrative rather than it be dictated by an outside source. Similar to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the importance of cultural competency is highlighted here. And this need for the community is kept at the forefront, the needs of it is. I look forward to utilizing a similar mindset in my current position with the Center of Excellence for Climate Change and Environmental Health. And with my knowledge and budding experiences, I'm excited to develop and execute sustainable solutions and also to relay health data to community members. Next, I plan to pursue my PhD in environmental health to continue to ensure healthy and sustainable communities. And now understanding the gravity of sustainability, I look forward to implementing changes that can prevent rather than react. The need for this level of environmentally focused community care is mounting and is best met through the sustainable efforts of the institutions that house our favorite pastimes. I'm amazed by the innovative and considered edge of current sustainable infrastructure, like what I witnessed at Mercedes-Benz. I'm excited to utilize what I've learned to contribute and see the ideas of others. With this shared purpose and passion, it is time to take action. Game on.
And then just in closing, as we kind of look at this partnership, we realize exactly what we can do with community. And at Mercedes-Benz Stadium and throughout Atlanta, we really look at sustainability as community building. If you're doing the right thing by the community that surrounds your stadium and your arenas, then ultimately that's going to be sustainable because we're building small markets of community that can uplift each other together. So thank you guys.